Did you see this recent discovery of a 25-foot-long sea worm that apparently is not just one organism? It's like many organisms together combined?
No.
Yeah.
I got to find out about that.
That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, you got to see this fucking thing. It's insane. And I think this is a very recent discovery, at least one this large, and these guys are swimming around with this thing. It looks impossible. It looks like they landed on another planet and they're experiencing this thing. Like this thing, this whatever this is, I'm pretty sure that what I read it really quickly as I was running out the door, that it exists, large 8-meter worm-like sea creature stuns New Zealand divers. So they're looking at this thing, but I think there's many different organisms inside of it. I don't think it's one individual organism. Yeah, it's made up of hundreds of thousands of organisms.
I've never seen this.
Yeah. Like what? What is it? Like what does that mean? This is a weird tube. For folks that are watching this or listening to this rather, what we're looking at is these divers that are just tripping balls here. They're like, what in the fuck is this? And it looks like an enormous tube-like jellyfish type creature that's in the water. It almost looks semi-translucent, right, would you say?
And it's dwarfing them.
It's enormous. It's so big. It's like the size... Well, it moves and changes, but sometimes it's larger than a human waist or a human chest, and other times it gets real skinny. But it's fucking huge. Like, look at that. What is that thing?
I'm stunned.
Well, the fact that it's like I don't understand what they're saying. That it's made up of hundreds of thousands of organisms. Like, how is it made up of different stuff? Like, what is it? Like, have you ever heard of anything like this?
Well, like the Portuguese man of war, I think, is like 5 different organisms, isn't it?
Is it?
That collaborate in effect.
Really? The Portuguese man of war is not like a one thing? Look at the size of that thing above the water. That is fucking crazy. Pyrosome. Just whatever the ocean is. Like that. Like we're trying to look into space. Like,
right.
I wonder if there's aliens out there. They're right
here.
there.
I know.
They're right fucking there. Like whether it's cuttlefish or octopus or this goddamn thing. Whoa. Pyrosome. What the fuck? That thing looks like a geometric pattern. That's a nice smooth one. Yeah. Look at that one in the upper right-hand corner, Jamie. What is that weird-looking fucking... What is that thing?
60 feet long.
60-foot-long jet-powered animal. Oh, God. It's like a civilization. It's like a ship of these things flying through the ocean. What? Have you ever seen this before? What the fuck is that? That is so weird-looking. Come on, man. That looks like something from Avatar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It totally does, right? Like something that comes off that tree.
Hopefully put it in the new movie.
Yeah, call James Cameron. Look at this thing. Wow. So this is what those things are, but the other one is like very smooth or it's low resolution and we can't get a really good look at it. But that's what it is. It's this collective group of hundreds of thousands of organisms that combine together and they're getting jacked by that turtle. All you bitches. What a weird, weird organism. Look at that. Look at this picture.
What if you stuck your arm in it? It just...
Dude, how bizarre is it that there's a civilization of these things all combined, but what they are is individuals that operate as a giant tube. You never heard of this before?
No.
I'm so happy we found something you don't know about.
I feel the same way about your stuff, man.
That's a fucking weird one, man. But the idea that the ocean is really an alien world.
Yeah. Well, the funniest part is when you hear these guys with their remote submersibles and they find some new life form.
Yeah.
They're like, take me down 3 meters. Wait, what is that? They get really excited.
Yeah.
Because it's the ability to meet aliens.
There are new things.
Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of sort of mapped out the
terrestrial
biology,
stuff, more or less
sorta.
ish.
Yeah, there's like a few weird things you find in the jungle, weird bugs. Like, where's that?
Vietnam has some surprises for us.
Deer with fangs. You ever see those?
Oh, the Sulawesi boars or
the deer?
Deer, really? Deer?
Vampire deer.
I don't know about vampire deer.
It's the craziest looking thing ever. It's deer with fangs, like crocodile looking fangs that come hanging down like this.
This is some jackalope thing.
No, it's
Okay.
not. It's a weird little animal. It's not a big deer either. Well, do you know? Look at that thing. Vampire deer. That's a real animal. Look at that. How fucking strange.
What
Look at
was
this.
what was in
Look
this
at this.
coffee, Jamie?
Look at that thing. Look at the fucking teeth on that thing. It's probably something akin to their antlers. They use it to defend themselves. Okay, that's not real. That one's not real because that's a mule deer. See that one that you just picked? That's some Photoshop bullshit. What's interesting is apparently elk have these things called people call them ivories now, but what they are is at one point in time they had tusks.
Yeah.
Like a boar.
Yeah.
Like giant tusks that probably aided them in their fights. And they eventually shrank, and now they're just this weird sort of nubby thing. I actually have some here. I'll show it to you.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Cool.
they're in after the podcast. I'll show them to you. But they're this weird thing that's like not quite a tooth. It's ivory that grows inside their head. And at one point in time, it was some kind of a weapon, just like their head is. I mean, the antlers are, that's the largest. How did we describe this? What was the quickest growing thing in the animal world is the antlers of an elk.
Okay.
Because look how fucking huge they are. They fall off every year and they grow back every year. And it's all just for fighting. And they used to grow back tusks too. Or they used to have, I guess the tusks were permanent. But they used to that's just for duking it out.
Yeah. It's crazy weaponry.
Sexual selection.
Well, you want to know a really weird thing? The dung beetle, there's a conserved system whereby in some dung beetles, the amount of weaponry you have as your antler is inversely proportional to the amount of copulatory apparatus you have where it counts.
Whoa.
And so if you have really impressive weaponry, you're not able to do quite as much. And that may be the engine of speciations because the vagina and penis in that system is a lock and key. And so if something shrinks too much, then you can't necessarily get the job done.
So if a greedy dung beetle with giant horns just fucks everybody up, his genes can't pass on. Maybe there's a certain amount of cooperation that's needed in the dung beetle world.
Yeah.
You can't have an oppressor. You can't have a Genghis Khan of the dung beetle world.
The patriarchy in the dung beetle world.
Look at the size of the antler on that guy.
Yeah.
Girls make fun of him, probably in the dung beetle world. Look at the
Well,
size of his
he's
antler.
like the guy with the Lamborghini.
Exactly. Like, what's he doing over there with these giant? It looks like elk antlers. He probably has a tiny little dick. You want a guy that's just got little like that guy. Probably hung like a roach, right?